Welcome back. You're watching ASEAN Talks on ASEAN TV. I'm Varin Sachadeo, and today we are looking at the up-and-coming event this coming July 21st to 23rd. The event is known as the International Convention for Rehabilitation Engineering and Assistive Technology, or i-CREATE, and this is for the year 2011, the fifth of its kind, a collaboration between Singapore's START Centre and Thailand's NECTEC. And we've been talking to two distinguished guests on my show today on the background of how i-CREATE came about, and now we are going to look into the highlights of this year's event. So, Professor Pairat, this is going to be held in Thailand. It's not. Right. Is it the first time?
No, this is the fifth. Or second time in Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah. So, what are the differences when it's being held in Thailand and in Singapore? I mean, are there any theme or what's the rationale, behind?
Not much different, but the theme this year is on child disability. Professor Ang,
yeah.
It's Professor Ang can give more detail, but I just pinpoint the key issues or the highlight of this event here. Apart from conference, workshop, exhibition, student design challenge that I mentioned, Her Royal Highness will tour and inauguration. Then in the evening, we also invite people with disability in Thailand. When you say the difference between when we organize in Singapore, if we organize in Thailand, then we can invite a lot of people with disability in Thailand to join. If organize in Singapore, too expensive to go there. Again, when we organize in Singapore, people in Singapore attend more. And then
so you take turn. That's why you take turn.
We take turn. And then not only in academic or serious subject, in the evening, on the 22nd in the evening, after Her Royal Highness tour the exhibition, and then there will be gala dinner, and guests will be also people with disability, and then we will have entertainment, and this entertainment is performed by people with disabilities.
Okay.
This is the highlight of it,
Already a highlight.
Yeah. Highlight of it. Yeah. In detail, I think Professor Ang knows of detail more than I do.
Yeah. Tell us more about the theme of this year's event, i-CREATE.
This year we are focusing on childhood disabilities. This is the first time that we are focusing on this theme. In the past few years, we kind of play up the aging population a little bit. A few years on, first of all, we thought that we should focusing on something that we haven't done before, which is childhood disability. That's one. And from the past experience, we've seen that the adoption of assistive technology and rehab technology is faster with the children rather than the old people, for a very pragmatic reason, of course. So say your parents got stroke, for example. So should I get a piece of technology that costs $20,000 for my parent? So what we're thinking in your heart is that it could be just half a year more, right? So people looking at the budget, looking at on the practicality side. But for a child, it's different.
They are already commercializing it in their head.
Right.
So
for
to
a child,
speak.
yes.
Is it a good investment?
Yes. You have perhaps 20 years, 30 years ahead of the child. Should I give you the best piece of technology to let you level the playing ground? So that we see that adoption rate perhaps would be faster in that area as well. So since we have not touched on this part at all, so perhaps it's a good time for us to start.
How are you going to go about creating the awareness of this childhood disability?
First of all,
if you could give us a breakdown of what's going to happen during the course of a 3 days event.
Right. First of all, when we invite worldwide experts to come here to speak as plenary speakers, we selected those experts that are having experience to share with us with childhood disabilities. So we have 4 this year. One from Singapore, Professor Wong Ming Yi. He's a blind person himself, that he uses technology extensively to the point that he graduated from University of Cambridge and became a professor in Singapore. So he's going to share his own story, how he uses technology. And then Professor Katya Hill from University of Pittsburgh. So she has been working with children for the past 35 years to help them using technology to speak. So these are just two good examples of how we choose the topics carefully to fit into the theme. So when the
different category as well of disability.
Right, and also when we pick our plenary speakers, we usually get someone that's an end user, like Dr. Wong himself, and we get someone that's academics, we get someone that's practitioner, and we get someone that's from industry. So this year we also have the company Ottobock. It's a giant in Europe in terms of prosthesis. So they are sending a representative to share with us as well industrial experience from that perspective. So we kind of have, as Professor Parra pointed out, we are having a piece of everything for all the stakeholders in this field. So namely, there are the end user themselves, the medical practitioner, the researchers like ourselves, industrial people, and importantly, the policy makers. These are the people that need to come here and understand the issues. So this i-CREATE is a platform for these 5 groups of people to come together to discuss issues, to learn from one another, things you might be familiar with, something you might not. So it's just a good platform for everybody to learn something new.
We already knew why Thailand and Singapore, but any plans of incorporating other ASEAN members in this event, in this convention?
Yes, early on this year, after we have done it for 4 years, 5 years, we have come to the idea that we should extend it, not only to Singapore and Thailand, we should extend it to ASEAN. So we submitted our proposal to ASEAN committee. This is a committee on science and technology, because we are from research academics, so we submit to this committee. And gladly they accepted it. So we have been endorsed by the ASEAN Committee on Science and Technology. The idea is that once we get the approval from ASEAN, then hopefully we can get support, not for the whole event, but ASEAN might be support for 5 members from each country to participate in this i-CREATE. Maybe not this year, probably next year. And this year we will have representative from ASEAN Secretariat Office to join us, and also from the committee member to join us to see what's happening. So we are extending it, and we expect it to have a broader platform and share more experience, not only between these 2 countries.
When I first heard the term i-CREATE, I thought of Apple. This is a new
but Apple come in.
Yeah, are they sponsoring this event?
Hopefully next year.
Next year.
You should approach them.
Yeah,
we have some applications on iPhone. i-CREATE.
Yes.
Already an I to begin with, so.
We have sponsor, but not from this company yet.
You should definitely.
We would.
Give it a serious consideration.
Sure.
Yep. So looking back, at from when you started, and now it's in the 5th year, a milestone. What are you most proud of in terms of achievement? I mean, I'm sure there are lots to be done, but look back and share with us the milestone of this i-CREATE. What it has done to the society.
If you come to this event and you look at how students, the young ones join in and come up with new innovation, you feel very proud that this young generation is looking toward this disability people. And then the other thing that we are very unexpected, but it's going on, is that a country like China, like last year they approached us and requested us to organize in Shanghai. Last year we had in Chiang Mai.
Wow.
And I just heard from Professor Ang that other countries like India take interest in it. That means we have done something that catch the eyes of these people.
And there's huge demand, I'm sure, for technology in this field, right?
It is catching on. I mean, if we look into the future, so just ask this question: what would be important to help to to make the life of people with disability better in the future. Technology must be one of them. That's a no-brainer. So everybody see it the same way. So but now how? Okay, the West, the advanced country, they design things for their own needs, in their own culture, the way that they live their lives, but not what we do here in Asia. So in Asia, we are having the biggest number of people with disability in the whole world. The market is huge. So we are urging that, we're working on both sides. We are urging to the Western world, the first world countries, please take a look at this part of the market. Start to design something and to bring technology over to this part of the world. And we're asking our own people, look at yourself, look at our own people here. Please come up with innovations to help your own people here. So we're doing it in both ends. So as what Professor Para said, I think for myself and perhaps for a lot of our teams here, I think the proudest thing for us is this student design challenge. From one simple idea to we didn't know that would anyone ever take part in this thing, till today, the end of One i-CREATE marks the first day of the preparation for the next one in Singapore.
Wow.
It's feverish. So the students, they are so hyped up. The lecturers, the professors, the teachers, let's try this idea for next year. So it's become at that level that is that the mass attend event of next year. So that I think truly there's something to be proud of for us.
So you have also seen the change in perception towards people with disabilities in the region, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
By having this forum.
Definitely. So what for a certain part is that so to me I would think that we have to let these people know what technology could do for them. The end user themselves, they must demand for technology if they know of something. For the practitioner, so we have a lot of this rehab practitioners, be it doctors or therapists, they are trained in the traditional way. A lot of them are not aware of what technology can do to help all these people. So this is a convention for them as well. Please come and see. Please come to learn from the experts that have been using technology for the past how many years. Please learn from them. It's an eye-opener for many of all these people. Awareness grow up, people will start to demand for all these things. You generate the demand, hopefully more business will come, more innovation will come. Then we have a healthy ecosystem here.
Of all the years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just raised one good example. When we organized it in Thailand, before this one, and we have exhibitors from outside Thailand. People were surprised. They never seen this kind of technology before.
I'm sure.
And when Her Royal Highness went to this event, it's televised throughout the whole country.
You get the publicity.
And a lot of people come in and would like to, rich people would like to buy the best technology.
Of course.
And of course, people who cannot afford it, then look at the, the local made and so on. In Thailand, we make wheelchair also. And this year, the other thing is that, Thailand has set up a center. We're going to announce in this conference also. Center that use telecommunication, for people who are the blind and people who cannot speak. You could come and see how we use the telecommunication and computer to help people who could not speak, to communicate with people who can speak through the telephone. And this is people in wide area, not in particular. It's very good. It's coming up.
Of all the stakeholders that you mentioned, who is the most difficult to deal with?
Policymakers.
Yes.
Policymakers.
I had that answer in mind.
Yeah. I mean, it's not politically correct to say that.
I was being political as well, diplomatic.
It didn't appear in our election. Not in the campaign.
How do we handle that difficulty or challenge dealing with the policymakers?
I'm very appreciative of what Her Royal Highness has done to this country in Thailand. So much support following whatever that she does. In Singapore, it's a little bit harder to push. Our government is looking things on the very practical side of things. I mean, I always say it, we have a lot of hate, but not too much heart here. So everything boils down to, okay, would that stress the social system or not? But look at what Thailand has done. Perhaps we can do more. But I mean, taking note of that, Singapore is doing somewhat more than other ASEAN countries already, but still not enough. So I think there's a lot for everybody in this ASEAN big family to learn from each other. Yeah.
Well, do come back after the event to share with us the you know what you achieved from this.
Come and join us at the conference.
Definitely, I will definitely come, and then you know we'll have some post-event discussion as well.
Sure.
Thank you very much for your time, and best of luck.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
You know, something of a good cause as well. Thank you so much. Professor Dr. Phairat Thachayapong from NECTEC and Professor Ang Wai Tek from START Center in Singapore on i-CREATE, the 5th International Convention for Rehabilitation Engineering and Assistive Technology, this coming July 21st to 23rd here in Thailand. Thank you for watching. I'm Varin Sachadeo signing off for ASEAN Talks. Sawasdee krap.